Hello, I'm Brandon from XEROProducts, and today we're going to talk to you about the XERO Pure Plus. Now, the Pure Plus is a more robust version of the regular XERO Pure, featuring dual pre-filters, a single RO, and a 20-inch DI. Built on a red frame with a couple extra gadgets we'll go into, but this here is the robust XERO Pure, intended to run with one pole, and puts out about anywhere from half gallon to 1.25 gallons per minute, depending on your source conditions. So we're gonna go ahead and unbox one of these and go over everything that comes in your package. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and unbox the XERO Pure Plus here. Now, as you'll see, I have a helper with me because these systems are not light. Go ahead, take out the foam, just toss that to the side. And do the same on this. And now it's safer to lift the system from the bottom handle and have your friend grab the end of the frame to lift it out of the box and stand her up. It's safe, no damage to the system, and no damage to your body. Thank you so much. So we have our Pure Plus unboxed and laying down on the table here, and we're just gonna go into a little detail as to what's going on here. So, much like the XERO Pure, you have a pre-filter stage. So the Pure Plus offers a two-stage pre-filter in the sense where you have the first stage being a sediment filter into a chloramine filter, which is a little more efficient than the standard carbon filter as it removes chloramines from the water. Now, chloramines and chloramine treatments are used in more city applications. So this system is designed to help prevent the membrane from being susceptible to any of those chemicals that it cannot handle. So the Pure Plus is a little more robust in that aspect. So you have two 10-inch pre-filters that feed into an RO 4040 membrane, which then feeds into a 20-inch resin chamber. Now, one thing that stands out for our Plus systems versus our standard models is they offer a bypass. So if you see this valve here, you have the option to run your RO and DI water for more spotless clean, or you can flip the switch here to only run RO water for for applications that aren't necessarily streak free, like solar cleaning, etc. The Pure Plus also has a pressure gauge to monitor your incoming pressure going into your RO membrane, so you can kind of get a gauge of what your efficiency should be. On the opposite side here, you'll find the inlet and outlet are placed on the same side, inlet on top by the pre-filters and outlet below on the black 20-inch housing. We're just going to point out the inlets and outlets here. So you'll notice your pre-filter housings here, and you'll have a swivel garden hose fitting here. You want to hook up your incoming source hose here, and then you have the option of running RO/DI water out your main outlet of the system here through the garden hose male fitting. However, if you wanted to run just RO water, then on the opposite side, you would utilize the valve and hook up your hose to the male garden hose fitting present on that assembly. Now, you want to make sure that you're using the right size hose when feeding your system. A minimum inner diameter of at least 5/8 or 3/4 inch is your best bet. Do not use 3/8 hose to feed your system, as you'll run into issues with flow and possibly TDS, because the filters are unable to efficiently perform. At the bottom of your system here, you'll find a silver garden hose fitting that is your flow restrictor that allows back pressure for the membrane to properly perform, pressurize, and purify. You want to ensure that you always have flow out of your waste valve for performance sake. All right. So we're going to go ahead and talk about the accessory bundle that comes with your system. So starting with the filter wrenches, you'll have a small filter wrench which is intended to open and close your pre-filter housings, the clear housings, and then a large filter wrench that you'll use for the black 20-inch resin chamber. Each system comes with a TDS meter. This is how you measure the incoming solids that are present in your water, and also to measure how many solids were removed from the purification process. So this meter is your best tool to measure your parts per million, ppm, for your TDS, total dissolved solids. Next, you'll find a small hose. They come in various colors. It doesn't matter what color you get. They all do the same thing. This is intended to hook up to your waste fitting. Now, your waste fitting is that silver garden hose looking fitting at the bottom of your RO housing. So you'll want to hook up your waste hose to the bottom there when you're running your system. This is just to guide that waste discharge. You'll find a tube of magic lube. Now, magic lube is intended to use for any sort of O-ring to help lubricate and seal more efficiently. So anytime you're changing your filters, you change out a cartridge, and you'll notice a small black O-ring, which we'll go into detail a little later. This is intended to lubricate that O-ring for a better seal. Next, you'll find a packet of RO Guardian. Now, RO Guardian is intended to be mixed with water and used for either winterization or long-term storage of your system. So if you're not going to use your system for more than 2-3 weeks and you want to protect your RO housing from any sort of microbial growth, any bacteria from sitting water, this is your best friend. There's a QR code on here to understand a little bit more about this product, but every system comes with a packet. Last but not least, your best friend, the manual for the system. Now, there's important information here regarding parts, regarding maintenance, QR codes, and warranty. So I highly recommend taking a look at the manual provided with your system to kind of get a little more familiar with what you're working with.